Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaraachaarya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanav Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Viditākhila Shastra Sudha Jaladhe Mahitopanishad Kathitartha Nidhe Hridaye Kalaye Vimalam Charanam Bhava Shankara Deshikame Sharanam. We started this new text, Shruti Saara Samuddharanam, last week, where I just gave you an introduction to Shruti itself. Shruti means the Veda, and it is called the Shruti because it is heard and learnt, because it is coming in an oral tradition. And Sara means essence. Samuddharanam means you are extracting the essence of the Veda. And even here, most of the Veda is talking about sadhana and sadhya, means and ends. Now, those ends can be something which you know, like attaining wealth here in this world, or the end itself can be totally something which is unknown, unprovable also by any other means, like heaven. So there are ends which you know, the others which are only indirectly you can know. But means are given for all these things. The means themselves you don't know, because it is all about chanting some mantras and offering something into the fire, correct? It's all in terms of the rituals which you do. Those are the means. So the Veda is giving you a lot of means and ends, where it is going along with your assumption that you are a karta bhokta. Okay, you are a karta bhokta. Means I am a doer, I am an enjoyer. That is how everybody looks at oneself. Whether that itself is true or not has to be analyzed. But we take ourselves for granted, and Veda goes along with that. But finally, in Vedanta, it is actually asking you to analyze about yourself. Whatever you think you are, is it true? In fact, all our problems are because of how we look at ourselves. The fundamental problem for any human being is one of self-non-acceptance, because in your own vision, you are limited in whichever way you look at yourself. And that limitation itself is there because you look at yourself from the standpoint of your own body, mind, sense complex. And obviously, the body, mind, sense complex is limited. The abilities of your body, your mind, your senses, all of them are very limited. So in your own judgment, if you are limited, that's not acceptable to you. So one is all the time struggling to overcome all these limitations one imputes on oneself. That is called the life of becoming, because you want to become something in the hope that by becoming, you will overcome your limitations. But the sad reality is that whatever you become, it's all again based on karma phala, correct? It is all a result of action, whether it is mental action, whether it is bodily action, whether it is action through your speech, correct? We call it manasam, vachikam, kayikam. Like this, you can do karma through all these things. But the result of karma is always finite, limited, because karma itself is limited. And any addition, any amount of summing up limited things will never make you the limitless. So you are never going to overcome the limitations. That is the problem. That is what is called samsara. This life of becoming will be a vicious cycle because it's never going to come to an end. But we are still going round and round in that till the time you pause, look back, analyze your own life's experiences, and come to a certain conclusion that whatever I may achieve, it's not going to make me totally satisfied with myself. Then is there anything else I can do? Is there, if the reality itself is I am limited, then there is no way out for me. In fact, if your very nature is limitation, you should actually be enjoying it, because generally one should be at rest with one's own nature, I think. But that's not the case. Naturally, we are all the time, or instinctively, we are seeking something, we want to become something, etc. So that itself is pointing out to something which is hidden from us. That hidden truth only here Totakaacharya wants to bring out, and which is again not his own some teaching. It is from the Shruti, the Vedanta, the end portion of Shruti has this. So when he talks about Shruti Saara, here he is not basically talking about the 99 or 95 or 99% of the Veda, which is all talking about means and ends. But that only he will start with that, because one has to analyze all these means and ends and come to a conclusion that they are not going to give me what I really want. And then only you are qualified for Vedanta, or the end portion of the Veda, where the teaching about yourself is revealed, the reality of yourself is revealed. Now that's what he is trying to bring out here. And what is that reality? That reality is given in a simple equation. Okay, it's all an equation really. What we call Mahavakya. The Mahavakya it is called, or a great sentence or a great equation it is. And what is that equation? The most famous of this is in the Chandogya Upanishad, Tattvamasi. So Tat is that, Tvam is you, so Tat Tvam Asi, that you are, or you are that. This is the equation. You equal to that. Now, any equation has to have apparent differences. Otherwise, you don't require an equation, correct? Nobody gives an equation 1 equal to 1. It is absurd. Even to a child, you have to give an equation like 3 minus 2 equal to whatever, 4 minus 3. Apparently, it has to look different. The left-hand side and right-hand side of an equation has to be apparently different. And you have to arrive at the identity, correct? That is the idea of an equation. In fact, many times it is not at all apparent. For example, many mathematical equations and scientific equations are all very complex. But once you have enough background knowledge and you are able to see both the sides with that much knowledge, then you can arrive at the identity. Similarly, here also this Mahavakya being an equation, when you look at it initially, it is outrageous, okay, I would say. Why? Because you as an individual is a limited person. That's what we already said, correct? Everybody's vision about oneself is full of limitations only. That here means the cause of this entire world. Okay, Jagat Karanam Brahma is that. And that is presented as Sarvajnam, Sarvashaktiman, like that. All knowing, all powerful, having all resources, everything is all. With reference to you, everything is small. With reference to that, everything is all. How can small be all? It's not correct. You can only do upasana, you are that. You can meditate as though you are that. Like this, many acharyas are actually teaching. Okay, they say that Tattvamasi is only a upasana vakya. It's not reality. It doesn't reveal your reality or anything. Like even Shalagrame Vishnu Dhyayet. Shalagrama is a stone, okay, it is a fossil. And if you cut open, it will have this like a chakra inside, and Vishnu is having Shanka chakra, correct? So Shalagrama has some guna samya, like Vishnu has a chakra, Shalagrama also has a chakra within it. Therefore, because of this similarity of some quality, you invoke one on the other. This is allowed in the Shastra. This kind of a upasana called Sampat Upasana, or even there is Ahangraha Upasana also is there in the Shastra. Ahangraha means on yourself only you superimpose deliberately different things, different qualities, so that you yourself can achieve those qualities by doing upasana. So like this Tattvamasi also is only a upasana. This is how most many other non-Advaitic gurus, if you can call them, they are teaching that. But the tradition, the Vedanta tradition, really is about looking at it as an equation to be understood. There is no, it's not for meditation or anything. And of course, if you have to understand that, we accept that there is an apparent difference, and that difference has to be explained away, and then you understand the identity. Now that is what this whole text is about, that only. Mahavakya Vichara only. This Shruti Saara Samuddharanam itself is about that. It's a wonderful text and written by Totakaacharya. So Totakaacharya has an interesting story associated with him. Okay. So his original name was Giri, and he is one of the principal disciples of Shankara. Shankara must have had many disciples, I think, although 4 of them are well known, I would say. Because some people claim that Shankara had only 4 disciples. I think that's ridiculous. It cannot be that Shankaracharya had only 4 disciples. He must have had hundreds of disciples, I think. But 4 of them were very accomplished. They all have some work also still surviving in their names, correct? So of them, Totaka was known as Giri originally, and he was not known for his intellectual abilities. Okay, at least according to the story, it is like that. But he was known for Guru Seva. So Giri was a person who was totally committed to do Seva to his Guru, Shankaracharya. So the story goes like this. One day Shankara was teaching his own Brahmasutra Bhashya to his disciples. So he is waiting in the class, but he did not start the class. Then the other disciples were becoming a little restless. So they wanted to know, why are you waiting? Then Shankara said that I am waiting for Giri. Let Giri come. He is right now washing my clothes on the river banks. And let him come. We'll wait for him. Then it seems that Padmapadacharya was there. And he said that he did not have a very high opinion about Giri. Okay, so he said, let this wall be substituted for Giri, or let this wall stand in for Giri. It doesn't make any difference. That means he is like inert, like the wall, means he is a jada. Jada means he is like, he is not very intelligent person. So what is the big deal? You start the class, whether he is there or not, it doesn't matter. So it was sarcastic comment like that. Then Shankara felt that that's not correct. The Padmapadacharya's little bit arrogant sarcasm was it did not occur proper for Shankara. So it is said that he called Giri, and when he was coming, then Shankara blessed him with all the knowledge. And as soon as he came and saw Shankaracharya, he started composing an Ashtaka, 8 verses called Totaka Ashtaka, which we chant every day. In fact, in our temple, we used to chant. Even it's very, very popular Totaka Ashtakam. It is in the Totaka chandas, the meter. And that Totaka chandas itself was not very prevalent before that, I think. Or maybe he invented that chandas itself, maybe even that. Therefore, he came to be known as Totakaacharya only after that. The Totaka chandas is also very interesting, correct? Vidita khila shastra sudha jaladhe. That's how the Totakaashtaka starts. Mahitopanishad kathitartha nidhe hridaye kalaye vimalam charanam bhava shankara deshikame sharanam. Then it goes on, Karuna, Varuna, like that. Maybe some other time we can even quickly see the meaning of the Totakaashtakam. The Totaka Chandas is interesting because it has 12 matras in every line. And it has a certain, what do I say? It's each, even those 12 matras, if you break it down into 3, it is all very symmetric, very interesting. Okay. So you see here, in fact, this Shruti Saara Samuddharanam, the first verse, which is Mangalaacharanam, is actually in a different chandas called Vasanta Tilaka. But afterwards, it is all Totaka chandas. I think up to the 177, 178 and 79 are again different, the last two. But mostly this Shruti Saara Samuddharanam also is in Totaka chandas. And you can see here, if I read the second one, it will fit in. Sakalam manasa kriyaya janitam samavekshya vinashitaya tu jagat niravidyata kaschidatho nikilad avinashi kritena nalabhyamiti. That same tune will come. The chandas itself, like I said, Sakalam means Sa, these are all Hrasvam, correct? That, see, in a chandas there are rules, what kind of alphabets you can have. Guru, Laghu, like that they call it. Actually, in the chandas language, the Hraswa is called Laghu and the Dirgha is called Guru. So Sa, Ka, these are Laghu. Lam is Guru because it is La plus Im also is there, correct? So it is more than one matra. It is considered as Guru. So the Totaka chandas is Lagu Lagu Guru, Lagu Lagu Guru, Lagu Lagu Guru, Lagu Lagu Guru. Like that. It's okay. So Sakalam, Manasa again. See, Sa is Guru. Kriya, Ya is Guru again. Okay. Jani Tam is Guru. So Sakalam Manasa Kriyaya Janitam. Same thing then. Samavekshya vinashitaya tu jagat niravidyata kaschidato nikhilat avinashi kritena nalabhyamiti. Okay, so the Totaka chandas, Lagu Lagu Guru, Lagu Lagu Guru, Lagu Lagu Guru, Lagu Lagu Guru. Like that, 4 parts make up one pada. Like that, 4 padas are there. Totally 48 matras are there in every verse. So this is the Lakshana of Totaka chandas. Of course, you can go and learn about all these chandas and all. Nowadays, lot of material is available. You can learn. But that is the Totaka chandas. and he composed the Totakaashtaka, and then he was blessed with this knowledge, all the knowledge, and then he is supposed to have composed this Shruti Saara Samuddharanam also, which is also mostly in Totaka chandas, like I said. Then he was known as Totakaacharya, and everybody respected him. And in fact, it is even said that Shankaraachaarya established 4 mathas in the 4 corners of Bharata Desha. Then Totakaacharya was the first Acharya of the Joshi Mat, we call it, correct? Near Badrinath, there is a Shankara Matha, and he is supposed to have been the first Acharya there. So he gave Padmapada Acharya became in Puri. Sureshwara is supposed to have been the first Acharya in Sringeri. Then Hastamalaka was in Dwaraka, like that. These 4 principal disciples became the first Acharyas in each of these matha. Like that, there is again, these are all traditional, legendary stories, we have to say. You cannot ask what is the historical proof and all that. This is what is coming down in the tradition. You take it as it is. And so Totakaacharya is highly respected. And this particular text, that is one of the reasons we are taking it up. It's because it is associated with Totakaacharya. Okay, so now let us see the first verse, which is the Mangalaacharanam. So traditionally, whenever a text is started, one is supposed to do a prayer, because in those days, even composing a text and then writing it down and all was not easy like today. So once you start, you should complete it also. There can be so many vignas, hindrances. Therefore, always we start any activity with a prayer, particularly a text, is supposed to always start with some Mangalacharana, where we pray to Ishvara and Guru also, typically, because the text itself, if it is revealing something, then it has to have come from your own Guru, correct? You have to respect the tradition, teaching tradition. So here, this first Mangalacharanam, let us see that. So here the tune will be different because this is a different chandas. It's a Vasanta Tilaka. It's a more complicated chandas. Okay, I don't want to go into its Lakshana and all that, but I'm just telling that this first verse alone is in the chandas called Vasanta Tilaka. And it can be chanted something like this, I think. Trailokya Natha Hari Medium Udara Sattvam Shaktestanujatanyam Parameshtikalpam Jimuta Mukta Vimalam Baracharu Varnam Vashishta Mugratapasam Pranatosmi Nityam. Okay, this is okay. This is a easy tune, I think. Maybe I can repeat it. Trailokyanatha Harimidhyamudara Sattvam. That is one pada. Shaktestanujatanyam Parameshtikalpam Jimuta Mukta Vimalambaracharu Varnam Vasishta Mugratapasam Pranatosmi Nityam. This is somewhat like I modeled it on there's a Kausalya Supraja Ramapurva Sandhya Pravartate, like that. There is a Venkatesha Suprabhatam, which is very, very famous, its tune. So I thought I will fit it into that. It may be easier that way. So here, the Mangalacharana, Totakaacharya is actually showing the Lakshana of Hari, or Ishvara Lakshana is giving. And he is doing, and he is Pranatosmi Nityam is the main thing, means he is saying I am doing namaskara always. To whom? Means then we have to see to whom he is doing namaskara. Pranataha asmi. I am all the time. I have taken refuge at your feet, something like that. That is the meaning, correct? I am saluting you all the time. And whom I am saluting means Trailokya Natha Harim is the first word, correct? So Hari, the word Hari itself is Harati iti Harihi, correct? Harati means the one who takes away something from you. What does he take away from you? In fact, you don't, if somebody is taking away something from you, you don't want to get near that person, correct? You are afraid, oh, he will take something away from me. No, don't worry. Hari is only taking away what you do not really want or what you really want to give up. What is that? So generally people say, Harati Papam iti Harihi. The one who takes away all your papa. Papa means what again? So in our Vaidika tradition, we say that every action has two results, not just one result. Of course, every action itself is defined by the expected result, correct? Which is a drishta phala, we say, what you want to immediately experience. Based on that, only the action itself is relevant or defined. So you do something to gain something or to go somewhere or to create something, etc. Like that, correct? That is the drishta phalam, the expected result. In fact, the expected result itself, sometimes it may not be according to your expectation. There is a goal or there is an expected result, but in reality, there is always variance. That's why even in regular project management also, we do variance analysis and all that. The plan is based on the expected result, but nothing goes as per plan. So mostly there is always some variance. It is less than your expectation, more than your expectation, sometimes very rarely as expected. Sometimes the project never completed, okay? You got opposite result and all that. Anyway, so then how do we account for all that? Means we say that there is papa or punya also are factors deciding the results of your action. Now, what is this papa and punya? How did I get it? Means, like I said, every action you do, of course, you are experiencing the result of that, whatever it may be. That is called drishta phalam. But depending on whether what you did is dharma or adharma, what you did is right or wrong, you are also gaining adrishta phalam. Adrishta means unseen results. So for every action, there is an experienced seen result, but there is also an unseen result, which also may not be experienced immediately. It will fructify later. And if you have done something right, then you gain punya. If you have done something wrong, you gain papa. So this punya papa will fructify later as either pleasant or unpleasant experience. So this is a very important factor. And therefore, as a human being, I want to maximize punya and minimize papa. A dharmika life is all about that only, correct? You maximize your punya. In fact, all our Vaidika karma, prayers, they are all for adrishta phalam and to gain punya. And also sometimes to neutralize the papa, because we do some parihara and all that. So here, Hari means Hari is the one who takes away your papa. That is general understanding, but from a Vedantic standpoint, Hari is the one who takes away your avidya. He is the one who removes your ignorance, we have to say. And what kind of Hari? Trailokya Natha. He is the Lord of the three worlds. Because in general, we talk about bhuhu, bhuvaha, swaha, like that. Bhur, bhuva, swaha. So bhu is this world. Bhuvaha is intermediate world, antariksha. And swaha is the swarloka or swarga and all that, correct? The heavenly place, you can say. So the Lord of all the three worlds, or you can even take, there are other nether worlds are also there. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasa. If you take the 14 lokas, there are 7 down and 7 up. In that, Prithvi also is there. The earth is in the 7 up, it starts with earth, Bhuhu. Then there are below 7 down. And then so you can even divide it in 3 ways like that. So Trailokya, for all the lokas, all the different types of lokas, he is the Lord. So he is the Natha. Means what? Lord means his rules or laws only apply everywhere. In fact, the laws are not separate from the Lord. That is the beauty of our tradition, our understanding. The Lord is manifest as the very laws. In fact, that is what we call dharma, correct? Dharma, normally dharma we understand as moral laws, let us say. But it's not just moral laws, because dharma, the word comes from dharati. Dharati iti dharmaha. That which holds everything together, that which supports. And what supports the world as we know is nothing but the niyati, correct? The laws themselves support the world as we encounter it. Otherwise, it will be total chaos, correct? The world itself is meaningful, or it is available for understanding and study because everything is operating according to certain laws. There are physical laws, there are chemical laws, there are biological laws, there are physiological laws, psychological laws, like that. So many different orders are there. Physical order, chemical order and all that. And order means there are certain laws. And this Bhagavan is manifest as this very order. That is our understanding. And so it is not only Bhagavan's law, but Bhagavan is manifest as the very law. That is the understanding for us, very important. And that is why if you are in tune with that order, then you are in harmony with Bhagavan and you feel good really. So Bhagavan is the one who is manifest as all the orders. It is his order, and he is not subjected to any of this. That's why he is the Natha, he is Ishvara. Everybody else is under Bhagavan's niyati or order. In the order, Bhagavan transcends all the order. And the order is so important, correct? If you go and ask any physicist, he will say that there are so many constants in the natural world. If you even tweak 1 decimal point of that, you will not have the world as we encounter now, correct? Just imagine that there is a gravitational constant and all that, correct? Or Planck's constant, like this, there are many constants are there. Even our gravitational force, normally we all have studied some high school level science. So we say 9.8 is the gravitational force we compute, correct? Then today it is 9.8, tomorrow it is 15, day after it is 3, like that. If it keeps on changing, you cannot have any machine, you cannot design anything. So the very order is dharma actually, because that is what supports the world as we encounter. That's what we have to understand. In that, moral order is very important. So specifically, dharma is the moral order, what is right and what is wrong. And based on that, again, dharma is the result of that also, which is papa and punya also are called dharma, in fact. The word dharma has many meanings depending on the context. So we have to understand that. And Lord is manifest as this very dharma. Lord is manifest as the three worlds also. All the worlds and the order in them. Everything is Bhagavan for us. And that Hari is the only one who is worthy of praise. Idiom. Idiom means one who is worthy of all the praise. In fact, all the praise, anything which is praiseworthy is actually a manifestation of Bhagavan, correct? Bhagavan in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says there is a Vibhuti Yoga, there is a whole chapter, 10th chapter. He says whatever is very striking, extraordinary in any category, know that it is me. I am the one who is manifest as that. So he gives a huge list there, in fact. Vedanam, Sama Vedos. In fact, he says Pandavanam. Amongst the Pandava, I am Arjuna also, he says. He tells that to Arjuna himself. Okay. So wherever there is something extraordinary, don't think that it is your fame or anything. It is Bhagavan is manifesting like that. So he is the Bhagavan alone is the one who is worthy of worship, worthy of praise. But he has all the Sarva Yashas also. See, the word Bhagavan itself, we have to understand. Bhagavad Shabda is like other similar Shabdas are there, correct? Balavan, Dhanavan, etc. So Balavan means one who has strength. Dhanavan means one who has wealth. Dhanam. Similarly, Bhagavan is one who has Bhaga. Bhaga means what? Bhaga can be generally translated as auspiciousness, wealth, all these things also. But Vishnu Purana, there is a specific verse which says that sixfold qualities make up this Bhaga. Okay, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashashashriyaha Jnana Vairagya Yoschaiva Shannam Bhaga iti Rana, like that. In fact, this is quoted by Bhashyakara in the Gita Bhashya. Somewhere at the end of 3rd chapter, there is one Bhagavan Vacha comes. And suddenly Shankaracharya gives the meaning of Bhagavad Shabda there and even quotes this Vishnu Purana shloka. So Bhaga means sixfold qualities. In that, you can see Yashas also is there. Sarva Yashas. He has all the fame. Because everything which is extraordinary, praiseworthy, is nothing but manifestation of Bhagavan only. And Bhagavan has Sarva Aishwarya, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya. Samagra means everything, total, complete. So complete Aishwarya, overlordship, or Natha here. Then Virya, all power. So Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashashashriyaha. Yashas also, all fame, all resources. Shri, all wealth, all resources. Bhagavan is not constrained by anything. There are no resource constraints on Bhagavan. So that is the kind of Bhagavan. So Bhagavan is the only one who is praiseworthy. In fact, in another way also we can understand this. As a Vedantic student, why we are saying Bhagavan is praiseworthy means the Bhagavat Swarupa alone is really praiseworthy, because that Swarupa is not different from yourself. And that is the only thing which is worthy of your pursuit also. Because even 4 types of bhaktas are talked about in the Gita, correct? And so he says, Udara Sarve Evaite. All of them are Udaraha, means what? They are all exalted, you can say. In fact, Udara Sattvam is there here also. The next quality. So here three different things or words are used. Trailokya Natha Harim, Idyam, Udara Sattvam. These 3 words are used for Ishvara here, or Bhagavan. In that idiom, why Bhagavan alone is praiseworthy means attaining the Bhagavat Swarupa alone is really going to give you moksha, correct? There is no other moksha. We have four purusharthas in general, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But dharma, artha, kama are all okay as pursuits, but they are not exalted. They are not great pursuits. In fact, all these pursuits you have to analyze and then become a mukshu and pursue moksha. And only understanding Bhagavat Swarupa. So, Artho, Jijnasur, Artharthi, Jnani cha Bharatarshava, like this, four types of bhaktas Bhagavan is talking about. In that, Jijnasu is very important. You should have, see, everybody says that there is some power. Most people, idea is only that much. There is a greater power than me, so I am praying to that power. Give me this, give me that, etc. Okay, they are all. If you are under some difficulty and you are praying, you are an artha. You are afflicted already. And you want to seek the help of Bhagavan. Then Artharthi is better. Even without affliction, he wants to keep Bhagavan as a partner. Okay, so I am praying to Bhagavan so that whatever endeavor I am starting, it has to be successful and all that. So you take Bhagavan along with you. Those two are okay, but they still don't have any idea about what is the nature of Bhagavan, or they may not be even interested to know that, because their interest is only in dharmarthakama. But once you become interested to know what is the Swarupa of this Bhagavan, who is this Bhagavan, what is the nature, then only you are a Jijnasu. And that is very important. And then you are a Jnani to Atmaiva me matam. Bhagavan says, Jnani is not separate from me. Jnani is my own self, he says. That means Bhagavat Swarupa is not separate from your Swarupa, and that is the only thing which is worthy of knowing, worthy of gaining through knowledge. That is the most praiseworthy thing. So that is why this idiom means, again, idiom is pointing out that you have to become a mumukshu, jijnasu. And again, you attain that by understanding the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, which is the Shruti Saara. And what kind of Bhagavan? Udara Sattvam, again means what? One who has exalted qualities. Ananta Kalyana Guna Sampannaha, like that our Vaishnavas take this Udara Sattvam very seriously. Means Udara Sattvam, who has all Sattva Guna or exalt. Udara means you can say broad or broad-minded and all that sometimes also, correct? Means one who can accommodate everything, and one who has exalted qualities also, you can say. Udara Sattvam means Ananta Kalyana Guna Sampannaha, limitless auspicious qualities are there in Bhagavan. That kind of Bhagavan I am doing namaskara, pranatosmi always. And then he is also bringing the Guru Parampara. His own Guru also is doing namaskara. And who is the Guru he is talking about here? Interestingly, not Shankaraachaarya, but Vyasa. But Vyasa also he is referring to him as Shaktes Tanuja Tanayam. So Tanuja means one who is born out of somebody's, Tanu means body. So Tanuja means one who is born out of somebody. Who is that? Shaktehe. Shakti. Shakti is a great rishi. In fact, there is a Guru Stotram we normally chant at the beginning of every class. In fact, I chant the shorter Sadashiva Samarambham, but there is another verse also we normally chant. What is that? Narayanam Padma Bhuvam Vasishtham Shaktim cha Tatputra Parasharancha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Mathasya Shishyam. Like this, there is a particular Guru Stotram is there, or Guru Parampara Stotram we have to say. In that Shakti is also there, correct? And Shakti is, who is Shakti? So Narayanam, Padmabhum, Vashishtam. Vashishta is there, okay? Vashishta is the main rishi first. In fact, Vashishta is also very highly celebrated. Yoga Vashishta is there. He is the guru of Rama, and then his teachings, Vedantic teachings are all there in a very great work called Yoga Vasishta. So Vashishta is there. Even here, Vasishtham is there, correct? We'll come to that. So Shaktes Tanuja Tanayam. So Vashishta's putra is Shakti. Shakti's son is Parashara. Correct? Then Parashara himself was a great rishi. He is supposed to have composed Vishnu Purana. Then there is a Parashara Smriti is there. Parashara Hora also is there. There is a astrology text. Parashara is supposed to be the one of the greatest astrologers. So Parashara is also a Advaita Guru in our Guru Parampara. And then Parashara's son is Vyasa. Vyasa is supposed to have born, his father is Parashara, mother is Matsya Gandha, who later on became Satyavati. There is a story, you can go and read in Mahabharata how Vyasa was born. He was born in an island and all that. So he is called Krishna Dvaipayana. He is supposed to be dark complexioned. He was born in an island in the river. So Krishna Dvaipayana, also Vyasa is called as Krishna Dvaipayana. Or Vyasa itself is sometimes taken as a title rather than his name. His name is Badarayana, also is another name for Vyasa. So Vyasa, why is he called Vyasa? Because he was the one who until then Veda was one huge body of knowledge. He was the one who actually took everything and then and arranged it in a certain manner, divided into 4 Vedas, and then started a certain Shishya Parampara for each Veda. Because it is said that in Kali Yuga, people do not have enough Medha Shakti for studying everything. So he at least wanted each group to study and propagate one Veda. So like this, Vyasa is the one who arranged the Vedic knowledge, and then he is supposed to have composed all the Puranas also, then Brahma Sutra. So like this, Vyasa is the main link in our Guru Parampara. And so here, Vyasa is called Shaktes Tanuja Tanayam. He is the son of Shakti. Shakti's son is Parashara. Parashara's son is Vyasa. So he is referred, like by showing this, the Guru Parampara also is hinted. In fact, that Narayanam, Padmabhuvam, Vasishtam, that verse only Totakaacharya has kept here in mind. So already Hari has been talked about. Then from Hari, he is showing the Guru Parampara, because for us Guru Parampara also starts from Ishvara only always. Whether you say Sadashiva Samarambham or Narayanam Padmabhuvam, it is starting with Ishvara for us. So Shaktes Tanuja Tanayam Parameshti Kalpam, and one who is again Vyasa himself. We say Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. Like that, even in before chanting Sahasranama, we consider Vyasa also as a Vishnu avatara. He is Vishnu Rupa. And Vishnu only is appearing as Vyasa because the kind of work he has done, we consider Vyasa as avatara Purusha only, otherwise it's not possible. Therefore, he is Parameshti Kalpam, means he is equivalent to Parameshwara. This Vyasa. Also, Guru is equivalent to Ishvara for a Shishya. Understand that, because Guru only introduces you to Ishvara. Ishvara also has to be, the Ishvara Swarupa has to be taught to you only by Guru. Without Guru, neither can we understand Ishvara, nor can you understand yourself. So Guru is required. That's why the Guru Parampara is praised right in the beginning here in the Mangalaacharanam. And Guru is equivalent to Ishvara for us. Parameshti Kalpam. And there are again Jimuta Mukta Vimalambara Charu Varnam. Okay, his color is also given here. Jimuta means the clouds are called Jimuta. But Jimukta Mukta means that which is free from clouds. And Vimalambara, and also it is free from Vimala means without mala, without any taint, without any other pollution and all that. Nowadays we talk about this air pollution, etc. Correct? So there are no clouds, there are no other pollutants, etc. There is no dirt or mala. And such a sky and Charu Varnam, in the color of that sky which is so enchanting, correct? And he is of that color, it seems, Vyasa. Jimuta Mukta Vimalambara Charu Varnam is one compound referring to Vyasa. And Vyasa himself is Vasishtham, means he is, of course, the An Pratyaya, this is a Tadita Vasishtasya Gotram we have to say, take. Okay, or yes, An can come in Tasya Apatyam also. Son, in the meaning of son or daughter also, the An Pratyaya can come. But here it is coming in the Gotra or whatever, in ancestors also. Like Rama is called Raghava. Rama is also called Dasharathi. Or Hanuman is called Anjaneya, because Anjani Putraha Anjaneya. But Raghava means Raghu. He has come in the Kula, Raghu Kula, correct? Raghava. Similarly, Vashishta means here Vyasa is Vashishta Kulodbhava. He has come in that lineage. So Vashishtham and Ugra Tapasam, one who did lot of tapas. So why do we have this Ugra Tapasam? Means, again, whatever the Guru has done, that is and attained whatever certain things, means that becomes the sadhana for the Shishya. So a great Jnani Guru like Vyasa himself has done a lot of tapas. And because of that tapas only he attained whatever greatness he attained. Means that points out that we also have to do such tapas. So even for generally any student, a certain level of a disciplined life is required. You cannot be a student without discipline. And tapas essentially means leading a very disciplined lifestyle. And Ugra tapas means here it is like even very intense, you can say. Ugra means, and intense means you are totally focused on whatever you want to achieve and you are ready to do whatever it takes for that. So such a disciplined life is required, and Vyasa himself had such a life, and I do namaskara to this Vyasa. And from Vyasa again it flowed and it came up to Shankaraachaarya. In fact, Shankaraachaarya himself is supposed to have met Vyasa in Kashi, and they were supposed to have had a discussion and all that. Vyasa tested out. And then finally Vyasa is supposed to have blessed Shankara, saying that yes, you have understood my Brahma Sutra properly and your commentary is correct, etc. like that. After having a vivada, a discussion with Shankara, like this, there is a story again. So this Guru Parampara and Ishvara, they are initially they are remembered, and then you do namaskara, you salute the Guru Parampara, and Ishvara and start the study. So we'll continue this next week. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.